You know what? I've got a really busy man here. We're going to start right off. He looks pretty relaxed. I don't know. Randy Jones, our store director for Tillamook Fred Meyer. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning.
Randy, I'm glad you did stop by, and thanks for letting me tease you a little bit. But Tillamook Fred Meyer is a busy place this time of year. Talk about tourists.
Well, as you know, it is the tourist season, and it's quite exciting. Wasn't really expecting the business that comes to town, but boy, we've had some busy weeks. It is a busy time of year with we're just getting ready with the ending of the tourist season,
Sure.
Back to school coming up, and of course, you know, the holidays are right around the corner. We've already have Halloween merchandise coming in. I know it's hard to believe, but
Well, the way that Fred Meyer cycles things through, I'm impressed with what your people do, some of the displays that they put together over there. And when you mention that, Randy, you haven't been our store director here in Tillamook for too long, have you?
no, as a matter of fact, I've only been here for a few months. I had the opportunity to come in April of this year.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I would imagine, does our numbers in it for Fred Meyer Tillamook, are we pretty up there with some of the other Fred Meyer locations?
As a matter of fact, in the district, we're in the District 1 portion of the company, and there are 20 stores in District 1, Vancouver stores, West Portland stores mostly, 20 stores. And we, at this time of year, we're up there probably third or fourth as far as volume.
My goodness.
Yes.
My goodness.
That's quite well.
I've seen pictures. I think it was, who didn't see that? It was last July 3rd, I believe, and I think it would have rivaled anybody. Luckily, I saw a picture someone else took, because there's sometimes that, Randy, I don't shop there. And I mean, I shop in the morning early, but there's some days that...
Well, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because I get the locals, and they all know to come early.
Yep.
On the busy holiday weeks, and where all the tourists are in town.
Well, that's one of the great things, though, about Fred Meyer's, is that when someone sees a Fred Meyer, they know they can get everything. I can remember, which I suppose is like the first Fred Meyer on the corner of 5th and Morrison in downtown Portland.
Yep.
A lot different than that. Was just a little, like, I call it a mom and pop, and from there it was amazing, the growth. How many stores?
Fred Meyer, I believe we're at 135. Once again, starting with the downtown Portland store. You know, Fred was kind of a pioneer in a couple ways in the industry. The one-stop shopping concept was something that nobody had done at that time. To be able to come in and get your groceries, and to buy the paint and the hardware, and back then lumber, and buy some apparel, get some clothes, get your prescription. All in one stop. It was.
Well, yeah. Now we see it. I hadn't thought, because now you see it. I don't know. I'm thinking Walmart, and
Right.
It was probably Walton's probably said, that's a pretty good idea. Let's design our store along those lines.
Yeah, it was groundbreaking. The other thing that Fred Meyer did back in the day was, instead of buying, everything was pretty much sold bulk. And he came up with the concept of, instead of selling the 5 pound bag of flour or sugar, let's put it in a 1 pound package, or the noodles, let's sell it in a 16-ounce package instead of the bulk, and that went over real well.
And I'm going to say that he probably paid attention to what his customers wanted, and that's something you guys still do, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yep. Well, our customers sign our paycheck, so we spend a lot of money. The company spends a lot of money, going out in the community and asking our customers what they expect from us. So one of the things that we do, one of the programs that we have is, at the bottom of your receipt, if you're a rewards card holder, you're prompted to take a survey. I know a lot of people don't like taking surveys, but it really gives us an insight as to the customer experience, and we're here to provide a service, and when we don't live up to those expectations, we really would like to know.
Well, and it's pretty easy. I've taken it a couple of times. Now I have to admit, because I really enjoy that self checkout, and I don't know when did you add that? That's been around Fred Meyer for a while now.
Probably 10 years or so. Yeah.
Because that makes it so convenient. I don't always see the note from my survey at the bottom, but
you're prompted. It doesn't come out on everyone. If you're a rewards card holder, it'll come out. It's a random. If you're not a rewards card holder, it'll come out on every receipt you have. And basically, what it's asking is the overall satisfaction. You know, we want you to go from like to love us. It talks about the friendliness of our associates. You know, were we saying hi? Were we engaging? Were we acknowledging?
It is. I just feel good. And I tell many people I do that every morning. I take a turn around Fred Meyer's, and your associates are the friendliest people. I mean, sometimes I can tell they're in good morning. They're always very smile and a quick smile and a hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like I said, we ask the customers, you know, what they want, and they've made it pretty easy. They want us to have friendly associates, and they want us to provide fresh product. So it's pretty simple. In stocks is another thing that our customers asked us for. Certainly, they don't want to have to go anywhere else to find what they're looking for. So we place a big emphasis on having what the customers are looking for and being in stocks. Certainly sales. We have a lot of folks that really like the sales. We've got some great stuff on sale now, and certainly coming up. We got some great events coming up. We get a ease of moving through the store. That's one thing.
The new store. Now that is the design of when I say the new store, because it is, I don't know how old that remodel is, but that was a major remodel when it literally moving home and garden to the south end from the north end.
Correct.
But I was smooth the way it worked.
Right. Well, we want to make sure that, you know, that we're not impeding in the flow of the traffic. You know, we tend to get busy. We have, you know, delivery issues. Sometimes the loads don't get there on time, so it forces us to do some of the work during the day, which is not ideal. So we just, you know, want to make sure that our associates are, number one, working in a safe manner, so, you know, so our customers can get through, and it doesn't always flow perfectly.
Well, I look at it when you're open 7 to 10.
Well, 7 to 11 during the summer, and then after Labor Day we'll go 7 to 10.
Because I'm always asleep by 10, so I didn't need but 7 till 11 right now. How many associates do you have?
Well, we are really close to the 300 mark, and like I said, I've been here since April, and in the last 3 months, we have put on just shy of 60 new associates at our location. So we're pretty excited. We've got a lot of training going on, obviously, but we've been really happy with the applicants that we've received so far. With that being said, we are still looking for more good applicants. Okay. So just want to make sure we've got, you know, friendly, engaging, and we'll teach you the rest.
And Randy, it's been I'm going to say it's probably safe to assume that you started with Fred Meyer and now you're a store director. So there's the potential for some upward mobility.
Oh, absolutely. There's all kinds of opportunities for advancement with the company. I started. I'll age myself here. It was a summer job 36 years ago at the Southeast 82nd Foster store in Portland, pushing carts, like most associates start out. I put in 5 years in the Vancouver market, and then bounced around Portland for 35 years, and the opportunity opened up here at Tillamook, and I said, heck yeah, we've kind of been looking for a way to get out of the Portland area. It's those that
perfect. Did you have any trouble finding a place to live over here, Randy?
You know, we had a house in Portland. It took me only about a month to find a place.
Good to hear.
Yes.
Good to hear.
So we've got some folks that are renting, and the rentals seem to be a little harder to find around here, but we were able to find a house right outside of Tillamook, and able to sell the house in Portland, and my wife was able to move in, and I got to
Wonderful.
spend 3 months living out of a motel.
Well,
With that being said, the Garibaldi house
isn't Gene Tish a
Gene
good cook
Tish
and a
is-
nice guy?
He's kind of ruined me as far as motel stays. I am spoiled rotten. The guy is just fantastic.
He
I can't say enough good things about Gene.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him, and I suppose when you have someone visiting at your Fred Meyer's, you say, "I have a place for you to stay."
We go to Fred Meyer, or Fred Meyer solely goes to Gene's place if unless he's full up. But he's always available to makes rooms available. I don't know how he does it, because we certainly
He's
last
amazing.
minute. Yeah,
he was very last minute for someone that I needed during our fair time, and he made it. Gene made it happen. Again, that's Garibaldi House in Garibaldi, and he's a part of the Visit Garibaldi, the tourism group. He's very active, and our county tourism group too. Hold on a moment. We're visiting with Randy Jones, store director of our Tillamook Fred Meyer, but we're going to take a short break for a great sponsor, and we'll be right back. But if you want the real thing, quality beef right out of the smokehouse, Tillamook Country Smoker is pulling out a batch for you right now. Pioneering a unique brand of beef jerky, Tillamook Country Smoker ships thousands of pounds throughout the world every day. You can visit the retail store on Warren Street at Highway 101 in Bay City. They're open 9 to 5, 7 days a week. 2-foot-long pepperoni sticks for $1. Great deals on bags of jerky. With their commitment to quality, it's not done till it's done right. Their commitment to craft is a family tradition. No corners cut, no compromises. The job's done right at Tillamook Country Smoker. And be sure to visit them online at tcsjerky.com. There's another, and they're one of our, I think the smoker is close to 300 people too. Those are one of the larger businesses. I know our cheese factory's over 500, but that's impressive, and it's been a good job for a lot of those people. I've got friends that have worked for our Fred Meyer here for years, and speak highly of the people that are there. One of the things that I like about Fred Meyer's, and this has always been true, you're part of the community, and you like to take part in community events, whether it's back to school or food drives or whatever.
Well, one of the things that we've been working on is getting together a team of volunteers, and I personally am big on I've been doing this for a long time, and I've helped out in the in the schools and in the communities, done the beach cleanups and the Habitat for Humanity, and it's just a real rewarding. I always walk away with it's just been real rewarding. So I encourage the team to we're trying to do one function in the community per month, minimum. So we're looking for groups that needs.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So the
So
community
we're
can
reaching-
help you decide.
Absolutely, we're reaching out. If you got an event that you need some help, we've got it. Like I said, we're putting together a team, and we're looking for community events to participate in.
Well, listeners, I hope you're listening, because what a great place to be part of that is Fred Meyer's. Everybody goes there. And okay, like I said, sometimes I don't go on certain days.
Early. You go early.
I go early. I
Yeah,
know what time
yeah,
to show
yeah.
up. But one of the things I know they really involve I'm thinking of tools for school, anything for our food bank. There's a variety of things.
The grub lunch.
Grub lunch, yeah. Anyway, and that's something that is it the Meyer Foundation? Fred G. Meyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Meyer Foundation.
And I know that there's a variety of things that they've helped on in this county already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, corporately, our donations are kind of limited store wide within the store, but corporately we're big supporters, and a lot of money goes into these communities. So once again,
So it's not many folks. That's the part, because you can to make an application for those grants. That's probably as easy to do online and to do
absolutely,
that way.
absolutely.
But I know I've picked things up from Fred Meyer. There at the information desk, there was something you had to fill
Donation
out.
request form, you bet. Yeah.
So, and I can't, now it sounds silly, but I can't remember what it was for. But I know, it was the coats. We did a wintertime.
Sure.
So when you had those great sales, and this was a few years back, just buy one more coat or two more coats. And it was a lot of fun to do. Yeah. And Fred Meyer's great supporter. Years ago, the Toys for Tots, they would open early. This was, they'd let us in like an hour early, and all these bikers, we had the beard auction and all that kind of stuff. They would let us in early, and these bikers would go through and buy. One time that was $16,000, but Fred Meyer's helped us here in Tillamook in such a way that we picked the perfect day, and then they gave us. Oh, it was just wonderful.
Yeah. It's very rewarding helping out in the community. Yeah.
So when you say that there's positions available, is it a variety of positions? I mean, not everybody has to start with the carts, do they?
No, absolutely not. We're looking throughout the store. We're looking for outstanding, engaging, friendly folks throughout the store, whether it be the service deli, Starbucks, apparel, home, cashiering.
Okay.
We've got some spots open. So, we talk about the being with the company for 30 years. One of the things that I find interesting is just the innovation in technology.
I was going to say.
From 30 years ago, it's just some of the stuff that has come through. One of the biggest things that has changed is we call it computer assisted ordering. We get 5 grocery loads a week, somewhere between 15 to 3,000 cases, 5 nights a week. And to order that, we used to go through with a clipboard and have to order everything. Every 5 nights a week we'd order for the 5 loads, but now it's computer assisted, and so really we don't. I mean, if the order writer failed to show up, we'd still get an order because it's all computerized, and it's
well, now that they have those symbols.
Yep.
Yeah. And so does it knows how to adjust inventory and everything?
Absolutely,
That is so fascinating.
So fascinating. It's really helped a lot in the in-stock position. It keeps a history, so I know how many hot dog buns I sold on last 4th of July, so I can, just look at the previous year's number, and so it makes it a lot easier.
See, that's interesting. I can remember there was a fellow, this was a few years back, it was around July or something. Our Tillamook Fred Meyer sold more ear corn than anybody else, but it was. So I don't think sometimes it must be a little startling to the statisticians to say, what are they doing in Tillamook?
Right, yeah.
Though I did hear we go through a lot of beer too.
We do sell a lot of beer, yes. The warmer it gets, the better it goes. Another thing that's pretty innovative that has come out recently is we can tell what's going, everything pretty much in the food department has a date on it. Mm-hmm. And so we've got a system in place that lets us know when the date is coming up. So when it leaves the warehouse, I don't know how they do it, but they track the date, and so when that date is getting close, it notifies us so we can reduce it, and then when it gets to the date, we can pull it, so it virtually eliminates any chance of outdated product. So it's really been helpful.
And it must make it smoother. I can't even imagine the work. Well, I can't, because I've worked with paper since in the 70s, and the changes that we see now compared to what we could do. I was in the late 80s before people started seeing a computer on every desk, and then all of a sudden, where we are now, we have a computer in every hand with our smartphones. There's a lot of the symbols in that, so people can check prices. You try to keep, Fred Meyer's does a really good job, as far as I can tell, about having a good price.
Right. Well, price integrity is real important for us. Number one, having things in at the right price and being able to show the customer, what the price is and certainly the value that we're giving.
Yeah, would you, if someone came in and say, I've been looking for this, Is there a chance that that's something that you'll say, well, we can maybe see if it's available?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good to know.
Absolutely.
And that's probably taking the survey and those things kind of help too.
Sure.
Or just, I have to compliment you. I have changed the way I eat. So I really appreciate all the fresh fruits and vegetables, and you do a wonderful job of keeping those. They're not only attractively displayed, but they're nice and fresh. Yeah, and the other thing is your natural food section, which is, and I kind of like, if I go to another Fred Meyer's, the floor plan is pretty similar.
Yeah, boy, the natural choices is just expanding like crazy. I'd love to have a bigger section because it's one of the areas that's just growing really fast.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Yeah, we all try to eat healthier.
We're visiting with Randy Jones, our store director at Tillamook Fred Meyer. We're going to take another short break and we'll be right back. But if you're ready to go to work, Tillamook Motor Company has huge discounts on commercial vans, plus 0% financing for up to 72 months. Ford Transit vans stand head and shoulders above the competition. You can configure the cargo doors to suit your job. The cargo box floor is flat with near vertical sides for maximum usable space. Choose from a wide range of products designed to suit different trades. Cargo dividers, multi-racks, bulkheads, and sliding platforms. Use your imagination to create one hard-working vehicle designed with you in mind. Take a test drive today at Tillamook Motor Company on the friendly corner of 5th and Main in downtown Tillamook. Tillamook Motor Company, a better place to do business. That's kind of what you were talking about, Randy, in technology. I look at those transit vans, how much there's got the person in mind, so it's tall enough. I don't know, Randy's pretty tall. I don't know if he can stand up in one of them. But that you can have something designed to help the worker. I imagine there's probably ways that the ergonomics and keeping your people how to lift and do things like that.
Well, you look around the store, and in these stores, everywhere you look is a place that if you're not careful what you're doing, you can hurt yourself. So safety is huge for us. We have all kinds of training going on, and it's a big. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you say that training, and we talked a little bit about this. So the young person says, "No, I'm going to give that a shot. My first job." Internal training so that they can advance.
Oh, absolutely. As far as the initial training, we have 2 orientation sessions so we don't just throw them the keys on the first day. So we have 2 orientation sessions. Those are both 8 hours. And then we have what we call a buddy shift, where their first live shift, they work next to somebody that's proficient at the job so they can ask them all the questions. Because, boy, I tell you what, there's a lot to learn. I still learn something new every day after all these years.
Well, it impresses me when I'm standing there staring at my apple and someone says 3283 gives you the number for that piece of fruit that I'm looking at.
Right.
They're good. But I suppose not everybody is that, because you got to like to work with people too.
Well, we find some people that aren't just not suited for retail, and it's not for everybody. But like I said, we've got a really good team. We all work well together. We try to make it enjoyable. Everybody. I've been doing this quite a while, and I still enjoy going to work every day, and that's the way we want all of our associates to feel about it. We're big cultural council. We've got a great cultural council that kind of listens to the whispers, before they become screams, and they do a great job of trying to. We do a lot of good things, but we can always make improvements. So they've done a great job of, implementing change as our associates.
When you say cultural council, you listen to your associates.
Absolutely,
too. Yeah. And that's often the innovative thing will come from a person that's
95% of the good ideas don't come from guys like me. They come from the associates. Yeah, absolutely.
That's very true. And that's a proven fact. I once it was a high-paid consultant. He said, "You may think that it was a high-paid consultant." He said, "Nope, it's the people on the floor. It's the people on the line that the good ideas come from."
Absolutely.
Randy, now, have any plans? We're looking at how did that happen? Winter isn't that we're fall and now winter. What's our next big push is our school supplies and all of that.
Well,
must be all
boy, I
out.
tell you what, it's all out. We're full and ready to go. So it's really back to school is kind of the start of the holiday season for us. I know it sounds early and people don't want to hear it, but it really is.
Well, and people say that. Oh my God! Of course, next we'll see our Halloween, and then right on the heels of that is Christmas.
Yeah.
And someone says, "Oh, they put it out too early." But for a lot of us, me included, I kind of like to shop over more than 1 month. I like, oh well, I can get that this pay period. I can get that this pay period.
Sure.
I don't mind seeing it out there so I can shop. Is Black Friday always a hectic day? I still call it sock day for Fred Meyer.
Oh yeah, we're known for our sock day. Oh, it's a great. I just love Black Friday. I know it's a great day for us. It's a lot of fun too. We enjoy doing it. Everybody gets up early, and it's the masses come.
Is that I've heard it said that in a lot of places Black Friday is because it's to put retail back in the black.
Back in the black, sure.
And it is that true of our Fred Meyer
Oh,
stores
absolutely.
too?
You look at if you look at the graph for the sales, we get spikes, but I mean Black Friday it just takes off and it hits the top. But yeah.
Wow, fun.
Yep.
Well, let's get back and let's touch on one more time before I wrap things up, Randy, about how people can get involved and maybe they have something in the community that they'd like Fred Meyers to help with. And I'm trying to think, folks, we've got something maybe coming up for a turkey or something like that, a drive or something in the community that Fred Meyers could be involved in.
We're open to all ideas. I just, I am make myself available. My door is always open to my associates and the customers. I'm overwhelmed by the friendliness of the locals. I mean, I had a little spot in the paper a couple months ago when I came to town, and I still have people coming in, introducing themselves and trying to, wanting to meet me, and I can't get over how friendly everybody is and how, I've really been accepted.
That is one of the big things about this, and thank you for mentioning it, Randy, because I always say that's how we get things done in this county is how we work together. And you'll see that. And folks, reach out to Randy. If you've got an event, and tell me too, and we'll put something fun together. I know that we had the Parade of Lights. Fred Meyers was involved in that a couple of times with the Tillamook. But there's all kinds of, whether it be tools for schools or something about our food bank and those types of things. Holidays are coming up, so that's a great thing. I know that they've done good things for our animal shelter too. Fred Meyers have got some great caring associates. It's a great store.
Well, we are part of the community. Real quickly, if you can't come in to see me, or if it's not convenient, I can get my phone number. It's 503-815-1400. Or if you'd like to get in contact with me by email, it's Randall, RANDAL .Jones @stores.fredmeyer.com.
That's easy enough. Very good. Randall. I was wondering if Randy was short for that.
Yeah.
Randy, thanks a lot for stopping by. That was a very enjoyable visit. We got a few birthdays. Joel Karras, John Hartel. I saw you ran a good race in that Pig and Ford. Did you make it to the Pig and Ford?
I was working.
Oh, boy,
I know.
You missed some good
I've
races.
heard.
Also, a happy birthday to Kyle Connaughton. Tomorrow, Lisa's going to be back with Bruce Rhodes from our Tillamook School District. Remember, senior meals, 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway. That's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Senior meals noon every day at the Kiowanda Community Center in Pacific City. You might still have time to register for the Tillamook race. I don't know if you do or not. That's the 5K open race this weekend at 8:30. You can register. Check it out at raceentry.com. If you just prefer to volunteer, show up under the bell at 7:30. They'll give you a shirt, feed you lunch, and guarantee you 1,000 smiles for the day. They have 90 teams signed up and over 2,000 kids. Friday through Sunday from 10 to 4, there's a huge art sale at Cardam and Manzanita. While you're there, you should pick up your tickets to the 2016 Trashin' Show and Upscale Party. This event sells out fast. Tickets are $25 now, and you can get them at the Refinery. Also this weekend is the Coastal Slam Jam at the Fairgrounds. Tillamook County Paying It Forward is having a demolition derby and monster truck show with concessions and bouncy houses for kids. It'll be a fun day. And we got Cheesemaker Football Friday at Yamhill Carlton. Thanks, Randy Shield, voice of the Cheesemakers, and to all our sponsors for continuing to make sure those games are broadcast. And it's Labor Day weekend, so we have the Garibaldi Lions Fish Fry on Sunday at the Old Mill from 11 to 5. It helps the Lions sight and hearing services and Christmas baskets for families in central Tillamook County. Randy, thanks again for stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you, Tillamook.